Radhe Radhe mere bhaiyo. Today I am going to solve a new question of Leetcode, that is length of the longest alphabetical continuous substring. So what the question is saying, an alphabetical continuous substring is a string consisting of consecutive letters in the alphabet. In other words, it is any substring A B C D F. For example, A B C is a alphabetical continuous string, while A C B and Z A are not. Okay. So given a string is consisting of lowercase letters only, return the length of the longest alphabetical continuous substring. So what the question is saying, I will take a test case to explain you. So let's see, A B C D E G H F. Right. So what the question is saying, you have to return the longest consecutive alphabetical sequence. Alphabetical sequence means what? A B C D, it is alphabetical sequence because all are occurring in sequence, but A B D is not a sequence because after B C is missing, so it won't be alphabetical sequence, right? So you have to return the length of the longest consecutive alphabetical sequence, right? So as you can see in this test case, what is the longest consecutive alphabetical sequence? Yes, A is there, B is there, C is there, D is there. So as you can see, this is the sequence for size, but when you come to E, again it is a sequence. When you come to G, it won't be a sequence because after E, F is missing. So till now what you have got? Till 5 length you have got. Now as you can see, A B C D F G H is also a sequence but is a length of 2, but I have already got a length of 5, so I will return 5. So I hope you understand the question. I will let me again clear the question. Let you have to return the longest consecutive alphabetical sequence. Okay, so it will be A B C D E. All the letters are in sequence, no one is missing, so it will be a longest alphabetical sequence. So how you can think of E G H I J K L, right? So as it question is saying longest consecutive sequence substring. Substrings means A B C, means continuous part of a string. Substrings means continuous path, means A B C D V F G all are continuous, but A B C E G, as you can see, A B E G, you have missed two alphabets here, so it won't be a substring. Substrings will be continuous, no missing part. So it is saying longest substring means A B C D E F G H I J K L G H C E, right? So what the question is saying means it is talking about substring. Whenever you see something substring or sub-array, the brute force you can think of is generate all the substrings. What I'm saying, generate all the substring means let's take a smaller test case, A B C D E. So what are the possible substring for this? A B C D E, B C D E, C D E, D E and A. These are the possible substrings, right? A B C D E, B C D E, C D E, D E and E. Now after generating all thing, what the question is saying, you have to find the longest consecutive. So as you can see, A B C D E is a continuous part because all are in sequence, so length 5. B C D E length 4, C D E length 3, D E length 2. So after all this, what I got? After all this, what I got a maximum length of 5, so I will simply return 5. So I hope you are getting what I am saying. Whenever question is talking about substring or subarray, simply generate all the subarray. How we can generate all the subarray? Using two loops. One is from I to n and second loop is from j is equals to I to n, right? You can generate all the substring. Now the thing is how you can check whether whether the substring is in sequence or not. So as it is A B C E, so if this character is simply 1 plus than this previous one, so if I add +1 to this in alphabetical thing, not in integer type, so what it will come? It will come B. If I add 1 to the, it will come C, right? So if anywhere the current is just one greater than previous one, means it is a sequence, right? So as for C, B plus 1 is equals to C, right? So it is a sequence. But D, B plus 1 is not equals to D because it will come C, but the alphabet is D. See, it won't be a sequence. So you can find, like, you can store in somewhere a character, and if you increment plus plus for this, so A will be now incremented as B, and you can simply check with current character is equal to the previous character or not. If it is, means it is a sequence, otherwise it is not a sequence. So I hope you got the brute force. You can simply generate all the substring and check what is the maximum length of the consecutive sequence, right? So now I will not write the code of brute force because I already told you. Now how you can think of the optimal approach. A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. So see, I am at A, right? I am at A. When I will start from B. Am I at B? So I will check whether it is a 1 plus or not. It is a 1 plus, so I will move forward. C. Again it is a 1 plus, again I will move forward. I am at D. Again I move forward. And when I was moving forward, I was also storing in another variable so that I can keep till now what I have got maximum length, right? So when I am in F, as you can see, D, F is not slightly greater, means 1 greater than D, because after D E comes, but here F is coming, so it won't be a, so till A B C D is a sequence, right? But A B C D F is not a sequence because after D is missing, right? So when this part is missing, right, so what I have to do next, right? So A B C D F, as it is a part of missing. So when I got this, do I need to go further taking this? Because if I like F G H, after this all are in sequence, but you cannot take all because in between one is missing, so whole it won't be a sequence. But somewhere if I got this, and as you can see, after this all are in sequence, right? So after this all are in sequence, so what I can think, if I somewhere reaches to this position, start from this position again, skipping all this, so I can again start from here only, right? So the first thing, as you can see, I am sliding. I was at here first pointer and J was at here. I was just moving across and checking its previous one and storing somewhere. But as you can see, if you think of sliding windows, see G H I, if I was at F, so A B C D F won't be a sequence. After B C D F also won't be a sequence because the problem is here only, not here. All were in sequence when I was moving from start. Problem is here. So when after problem I understood the problem. If I shrink the window, first window was here. If I shrink the window, again the window will be invalid because still it won't be a valid sequence. So instead of moving all the window one by one, because the problem is here only, not in this between, so it is not a good idea to move all this one by one. You can simply reaches here, and if you reaches here, all were valid, so I have already stored somewhere. So when I was telling you, right, see A B C D F G H I, when you come to here, you see that this is not a sequence, but after this you are seeing that this F G H I is a sequence, right? So I want to check also this part. So what I can do, if somewhere I got the wrong thing, I will simply start from here only again, because if I got something wrong here, so in between all the substring will be wrong, because if there is a missing part here only, so for this substring it will be missing, for this substring it will be a missing. I hope you understand. ABCDF, let me tell you again. If a part is missing here for this substring, if you take this substring, it will also be missing part here. If you take this substring, it also be missing part here, because problem is here only, not for this substring. So it is not a good idea to traverse one by one. You can simply come here, because if you check for all this, it will be same only, right? So you can simply come here and again check for all the substring, and when you are checking, you can simply store in between what was the maximum length. So I hope you understand the optimal approach also. F A B C D F G H I J K L. I will do the dry run. See, I am at here I and J is here. I can see J previous it is slightly one greater than previous, so it is a valid. So maximum was first 1, because at most one can be a longest consecutive sequence, because a is a sequence valid. So at most one can be there. So if I am checking b, I length is 2, so I will simply update length is 2. If I am c, you can simply see this is slightly one greater, so I will update 3. D, I will update 4. If I am coming to c, f, sorry, as you can see, f is not slightly one greater than d. So you cannot take this substring as your longest consecutive sequence substring, right? So do I need to check for this also? No, because if you start, you can check, but if the answer will be always every time false, because if the substring is not valid, this substring will also not valid, because the problem is here only, not this alphabeticals character, right? So you can simply come here instead of checking this. So whenever something wrong is there, you can simply put the first what pointer here and j is here. Again you can start from here. You can see sequence. If j comes to here, again a sequence, and you after ended up, you can see this is the 7 length sequence, and already there was a 4, but 7 is greater than 4, so I will simply update answer to 7 and simply return maxi at the end. So I hope you understand the approach. The first brute force was what? Simply generate all the substring, and after generating all the substring, in substring you can check it is a slightly one greater than its previous or not. If it is previous, you can simply update using two loops, so complexity will be of n square, right? But you come up with the optimal approach, right? Previously you are checking something, and if something went wrong here, so instead of checking all this, you can simply come to here only, and after here you can again start to checking all this, because in between if you check, the answer will be same false every time, because problem is here, not in this substring, right? So you can start from here. Now I will write for this, the complexity will be O of n. So now I will write the code. First the answer was what? 1, while I less than array dot size, right? I is equals to 1, because you cannot check for 0 index. So first I will storing a previous array of I minus 1. You can store. Now if you do previous plus plus, the previous character will be incremented by 1, right? And check if array of I means current character, if it is equal to previous, if a b c, if a previous is there and b is there, if I increment a, it will become b. So if b and b are equal, means it is alphabetical sequence. So I will simply update the answer is equals to j minus I plus 1, right? And if somewhere it is not a valid sequence, what I will do, I will simply send this I to this position. And why I took 2 pointer I and j? Because I need to find the length of the substring, means what is the length. So you can find the length j minus I plus 1, length of the window. That's why I took I, so that I can keep track of the previous window where I started from, right? So and then simply you can return answer. So sorry for the inconvenience, as I took break for 3 or 5 days, I was celebrating Holi. So but from tomorrow only videos will come regularly. So I hope you understand the question. I'll be meeting in the next video, and also attaching the code link into the description. So till then, take care, bye bye, Jai Shri Ram.